we're back to the animal anecdote. And today our learning target is, can you captivate your audience with a short, lifelike, thrilling little tale? And today we're talking about pets. And it doesn't have to be anything momentous like your dog Rover sounding the alarm and pulling your family out of a burning building or your burning home, like I talked about in my Wednesday clip. It could be something just ridiculous. Like I had a dog that he'd bark at the back door if we didn't answer. He'd run around to the front and he'd ring the doorbell. I'd be like, what is that? We didn't see anybody outside. And then he'd ring it again, open the door. There he is, waiting to come in. Or maybe a big fat cat that'd sprawl in between everybody when we're playing board games, and she'd get her little paw going and she'd like to spin the little Candyland spinner. Stuff like that. Stuff that makes your pet quirky, fun. I had a cat named Frank. In the morning, he would body slam you when he wanted you to get up to feed him. So you get up on the bed, and then he'd kind of do like a little hop, and then he'd land on his back and then steamroll and be like purring. And he also got taken away from his mom, I think, a little too soon before we adopted him from the shelter, because he'd latch onto your ear and he'd be like nursing on it. It was disgusting, and his nasty little saliva would be draining down your neck. I'd be like, all right, I'll feed you. Anyway, things that make your pet, him or her, bringing them to life, or one of these wild things that you meet on YouTube. If you just want to narrate a wild animal, a pet that you see on here, that's fine. Our goal is, can you captivate an audience with rich, lively detail, vivid description, awesome word choice, fluent sentences, and some voice? That's all we're asking. And so at this time, I'm going to invite you to open up your animal anecdote. I will pause and I will meet you right there. Okay, so again, an anecdote is just a short, engaging tale, and you're writing your piece here. Below are the checklists, the must-haves, and your rubric. So we're showing versus telling, bringing your animal to life, and we want a lot of vivid action detail. I don't want every story from your pet, everything you've ever done with him. I don't want a bunch of just random vague sentences. He's happy, he's fun-loving, he does this. I want something, a live little thing he does every day. How does he greet you at the door? What are the crazy things that he does when he's hungry? What's something, he's going down your slip and slide with you, okay? Or you got your pet, your dog on your sea-doo with you, okay? What's going on with your cat, your dog, your thing, okay? Use at least one type, but try to do more. Figurative language. This is a great place to call your cat a furry tank. Use a metaphor. Or he's bouncing up and down like a furry ball. This is a great place to personify something or exaggerate. So you need one of those, not one of each kind, just one total. Shoot for more if you can. It's easy to start over and over with your dog's name. Like, Hank does this, Hank does that, he does this. And so this is where, instead of Hank, try an ing, like landing on his nimble paws. Franklin speeds around corners, or abruptly, recklessly, wildly. Try that adverb opener. Or a double adjective, like fueled and hyper, vicious and wild. All right. If you want to join a couple sentences together for compound, go for it. Rock out with your bad self. But you need at least two types so it flows. We don't want to see your pet's name over and over. He does this. So it's list like Robotronic, boring. Okay? Yesterday I talked about fireball word choices. So action verbs, vivid adjectives, bring it to life. And you can find these on Google Classroom, Classwork. Mine are under Language Arts Help Sheets. So I have a little resources topic, language arts help sheets. And if you click on these, you're going to find all kinds of amazing fireball adjectives, different colors. So describing your pet's coat and fur, what your thing looks like. Is your pet, is it, or what he sounds like, the loud, the banging, not maybe banging, but what is piercing, boisterous, grating, ear piercing, yappy. Those would be great sound words for your pet. Does he have sad eyes? You want to say sad, but you might want to say he's sniffling, he's squalling, he's sobbing when you leave him. So those are some awesome sound words. So have fun with these. Smell would be great too. Then if you go back, you get some awesome action verbs. So you've got this great little moment with your pet. Definitely Thunder the police dog. They had like clamping, lunging as he was going for the perpetrator. But how does your pet eat? Is he devouring? Is he munching? Is he inhaling? Right? Wolfing it down. He broke something in your house. He's crushed it, demolished it, busted it. And he's chasing after something. Hunting, charging, diving. These action verbs are money for you. They're only going to make your writing sizzle, pop, become more interesting and vivid. So those are located here. Adjectives, action verbs. Have fun with those. Physical traits are cool too, for your pet's body if he's heavy. So you can talk about full body. My cat's not fat; she's just full bodied, right? She is just voluptuous, plumpish. Okay, a little stout, a little stocky. Okay. Then you can get into your pet's coat if you want to talk about hair and the color of that, your pet's face. So these are just some fun words. Character traits are fantastic on here. If he's brave, if he's determined, and there's better word choices for here. So those are some great ones. When you write your thing, you are going to, it tells you right what to do on here. You need to highlight your figurative language, your simile, your metaphor. We want you to underline your fluent sentence structures. So if you started with an ly word like viciously, recklessly, underline that word. And then I just went over word choices. Bold your best. Find your best three, show off to us. Okay. So that's going to be your work right now. You're going to continue to draft. And then when you're finished revising checklist. So your checklist is right here. Go through this, highlight, underline, bold your best. Okay. So that's what the time is going to be for most of the hour doing that. And then it would be fantastic if you would like to share, to peer edit. So if you want to share your piece, hit that share button. And then you know how to do a comment box, Alt Control M, and just offer some people some suggestions. If it's a suggestion to improve, I wonder how you could. Or if you love something, I love how you did this. I can totally see your dog. I can hear him. So that would be awesome. Okay. I just want to share with you a quick example. I left all my edits on the slide so you could see. And we know that good writers, it doesn't come in just a single one and done draft. So the first time I wrote, it wasn't very fluent. I just wrote whatever came to my cat is hyper. We call him Franklin because he devours his food. And, he races around the house. He does this. He does that. It was very list-like, boring. So all my red text are edits that I made to make it more fluent. So I changed the way I opened sentences with like a double adjective. Here I notice I have an ing. I have an ly right here. If I wanted to change some awesome word choices, I did that. Instead of he just eats, I put he devours. Instead of, he bounces off stuff, I put he clambers and then launches himself. Okay. So here we go. My cat, Franklin Lightning Pants, devours his fancy feast meaty bits and races wildly through the house. Fueled and hyper, he clambers up our wing chair only to launch himself off at the top. Landing on his nimble paws, he speeds around corners, a streak of gray lightning. My other cat, Cooney, the furry tank, will get annoyed and pounce him. Abruptly, a hissing and clawing combat erupts. Frequently, one of them digs into the other's back, and they race up the stairs piggyback style. Battling for dominance, a fight explodes at the top of the stairs, and hairballs come wafting down like tumbleweeds. So I'm just narrating a brief little anecdote that's daily life. The two cats, one gets all powered up on his chow and then starts racing around. The older one gets irritated, and then they start their little cat antics, racing each other up the stairs and battling, and then the wild hairballs. So I've got I got an ly, I've got an ing, I've got double adjective, I got word choices that are pomping, like nimble paws and hyper. So that's your work the rest of the hour. We're going to have our turn-in date on Monday. And so maybe on Monday we can do a little celebrating and sharing. But this is your rubric. Action and description, 5 points. Is it lively? Are you zooming in? Is it real? I'm there. Not just, my dog is funny. Haha. Okay, show me. Don't tell me. You've used those awesome word choices, action verbs, adjectives, maybe consulted those help sheets. You've got some voice in there, you got a little metaphor, a little simile, some feeling in your piece, and then it flows. You've used a couple of those sentence structures that we've learned this year. Please spell check, read it over, make sure you've capitalized your pet's name, you've capitalized the start of every sentence, you've used your end marks. I don't want this sloppy piece. This isn't just one and done, but you've edited it with care. So your conventions, capitalizations, periods, commas, spelling, that is also 5 points. So it's going to be a total of 25. So we haven't had assignment quite that big yet this trimester. So this one counts, but we've been working on it all week. And so I'm going to turn the time over to you to write, to look at the resources on your assignment sheet. And at the end, if you'd like to do some peer editing, get some feedback, that is phenomenal. Teachers, there's a link there to more pet videos, but I can't wait to read these. So have fun, bring it to life, and we look forward to submitting these on Monday. Although you won't have much more time to work. So today and over the weekend is time to bring this thing to completion. All right.